Alrighty, friends, just like I told you before, we are going to combine our think marks with our thinking steps. So we use our think marks to annotate, and we have 3 new thinking steps that are going to help us think about theme. So step 1 for our theme thinking steps is to retell the conflict and resolution. We're going to do each of these steps one by one. So the first thing we want to look for when we're thinking about theme is what was the conflict and what was the resolution? What was the problem and how did we fix that problem? The second step in our theme thinking steps is to find the theme, find out the message in the story. What is that story about? What did you learn from the story that you could apply to real life? So if you don't know what that message or what you can apply to real life is, you want to think about what did the characters learn and what did the reader learn? What did you learn from the story that you can apply to real life? So that's going to be step 2. And step 3, we're going to think about what details support the theme. So once you figure out what you learned from the story that you can practice in real life, you're going to think about, what clues from the story help me support that, help back that up? Is there anything that the characters think? Is there anything that the characters say? Or is there a way that they fix the conflict that tells me more about the theme or more about the message or what we learned from the story? So those 3 steps are going to help us talk about theme. And we have some new think marks today. We have our heart that is still about a part that you really liked. We have our LOL that is laugh out loud when we read something funny. We're going to circle our new words or any words that we don't know so that we know to go back and find the meaning. We're still going to use the little eyeball for when we visualize, when we make a picture in our head. We are going to underline vocabulary words that tell us about the topic. So not words that we don't know, those we're going to circle. But words that tell us about the topic or what the story is mostly about, we're going to underline. We are going to be good readers and make predictions. We're going to annotate with a P for prediction. A prediction is when you make a guess about what happens next in the story. So you're going to use a P and then you're going to make a little note on the side to predict. We're also going to still use a question mark to show that we have a wondering or question about the story. And last but not least, our exclamation mark to show that we found something surprising in the story. And when we are surprised or we have a question, those are also things that we can write on the page off to the side. And I will show you guys how to do that. So these are the 2 things that we're going to practice today. But before we jump in, I want to make sure that we know that we're doing these things so that we can explain how key details support and show a theme. The annotations, the think marks are going to help us find those key details. But first we got to figure out what is the theme. So the theme of Emma's story is that inspiration is inside of you. You can find it anywhere. And we know this because the theme is the message in a story. Like I said before, the theme is what did you learn from the story that you can apply to real life? So down in purple, like you guys heard me say, we know the theme of Emma's rug is that inspiration is inside of you. Did she get her inspiration from her rug? At the beginning, a little bit, yes. But what about after she throws her rug away? Where does Emma find inspiration then? That's right. She doesn't find it. Did she find it from the creatures inside of or outside? No. Where does she find it? Emma finds her inspiration from inside. Can we use inspiration from inside ourselves every day? Can we be inspired with our own creativity and our own imagination? Yes. So this is what makes inspiration being inside of you so you can find it anywhere. That is the theme because that's something that we can do in real life, just like Emma did in the story. We know that she didn't actually use her rug for inspiration. She did at the beginning, but not for the whole story. She saw the creatures, but those creatures were part of her imagination. So Emma realized once her rug was gone and once she saw those creatures outside that her inspiration didn't come from the rug, it came from inside of her. Just like in real life, our inspiration comes from inside of us, so you can find it anywhere. We are going to take some time now to practice our think steps and use our think marks to talk more about the theme.